And you're looking at me.
Looking at you.
I don't know. What would you like me to say about that?
Just anything.
I love women's success stories. So I have
I love anybody's success stories.
Well, I do too. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
you know, I think a good strong influence in my life has been Linda since I've moved to Peterborough, and I met her. I also have a really good friend that's going to be at the Expo that has Kawartha Lakes Travel Plus, and she's a lovely lady that's had like 2 travel agencies, and then she sold it back to Travel Plus and then bought it back again. And you know, she was nervous at the time, do I want to own another business again? And she has been very successful at that. She plans weddings and stuff. She did mine, which was fantastic. And you know, I look at those strong women, and I think that if what I see the Women's Expo, and I hope we could get, is a lot of younger people or younger women there that we can show them, like visually, you can do it. You can be successful in business, and these are some of the pointers that got us there, or these are the qualities that you gotta just pick up and not be afraid to try,
like
kind of thing.
Linda said, you may fail a few times, but get up and without failure, you're never going to succeed.
Yeah, but if we also don't show our youth, if we don't show them the plan, show them the things that they can do and what they can become, then they don't necessarily see it. Do they know that
this isn't taught in schools?
No. Well, you know what? I'm honest to goodness, my biggest pet peeve is that math isn't taught in schools. I'm sorry, but I have kids that are 23 years old that have gone bankrupt because they go to university, they get credit cards. When they walk in the door, they're given, they have no job to pay these credit cards. They're just hoping their parents are going to pay them. Well, some don't have parents to pay their credit cards. And then before they know it, they're bankrupt at 23, which really starts their financial career in a horrible position. And it just doesn't start it off right. So I just think that when you have these expos and you have these, because they don't know that some women are behind these businesses. They don't know that a woman owns your business necessarily by looking at a name or... So showing our youth and teaching them that this is possible for anybody, really. Yeah. That's what I think is important with these expos, is to...
What I see at school is that the kids go take the courses to jump through the hoops, instead of getting out and being creative, right?
Yes, yes. And with my business...
I'm sure there's courses out there, but...
With my business, I've learned everything by experience, which is...
Yeah. Don't do that again.
No. Everything I've learned in my life and all the jobs that I've done, I always thought, why did I learn that? And why would I need this? And why did I move here in my life? And it's because if you create something from a vision...
Makes you feel great, doesn't it? Yeah.
You follow it.
You follow your dream, and that's what happens. Sometimes your dreams get broken. Sometimes we fall, but we get back up. And it's our jobs as parents, too, to encourage our children to follow whatever dream they have, because they are not us. They are their own person, and we have to back them in their decisions as well.
Back them, encourage them. I know.
Exactly.
You're the adult, right? I
always think to myself,
we don't teach you're the adult. We need to back them up because that's what they're looking for.
If we don't teach them hands-on from this, they are not going to learn hands-on work.
I think Deb's made an important point. And if you look at, I'm a bit of a futurist, so I'll throw that out.
Nothing wrong with that.
No.
So if you look at the economy and where I think it's going, I've given you some indication about EQ and AQ. But I think that the service industry is probably going to be the fastest growing industry. And I think there are studies that would support my statement. So the jobs of the future are going to be jobs that are going to be created by individuals, okay? So the education system cannot change fast enough, okay, to meet the needs of the companies of the future, okay? And I don't think they're going to be large corporations as in the past. I mean, if you look at, Microsoft, okay, Bill Gates, I mean, he didn't finish university, okay?
No,
Facebook, he did not finish university, okay? So what he did is he took some of that learning, and I'm not saying that that's not transferable.
Yes.
Don't misunderstand me, it is, okay? But then they use their ideas. They use what they thought their passion was and then created it, okay? They couldn't have learned that from school because it came from them. They were the inventors of those things. And I think that is the future. I really believe that. So I think whatever schooling you get is the first step, okay, for you to do your own learning, okay? And that is actually going to be the higher level of learning because it cannot be duplicated, okay? It is...
But do you not think that all the technology and the computers and everything is not making thinkers? Like, you're making researchers, right? Like, sure, you're on the internet and you're researching how to do this and you're researching how to do that, but where are they learning the life skills from? As Deb said, it's got to come from the parents or from people influential,
hands-on schooling. People
like these expos, trying to teach them, because the technology isn't teaching them to have that in their gut, right? Or what drives a person, or even like talking to kids and finding out what does drive them. Like any kid. It doesn't have to be my kids 4,000 miles away. So, you know, it's just any child and or young adult, and saying like, what drives you? You know, what makes you feel passionate? Like, what in life, when you walk through life, makes you feel that?
What do you want to do?
That passion, right? Because I did not have that.
No.
You know, I grew up with a dad that was, you know, Army, Air Force type thing, and government workers. My mom worked for, you know, like a very structured place, and those days they didn't talk about money.
You're a real trailblazer.
They didn't talk about any of that stuff, right? So, you know, they didn't even talk about higher education. Like in my generation anyway. So I always think to myself, oh my goodness, I didn't even know that kind of an opportunity existed.
I know.
Right? Like...
You never knew.
I didn't know. Oh my God, if I knew that, I would have been in pharmaceutical sales. but you know, I just didn't even know those jobs or those things are out there.
You never even had a chance to turn it down.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I think that we have to all be mentors, like to everybody and every young person that we meet, to give them that. And this platform with the Women's Expo, I believe, is a great platform for that mentorship.
Sounds like a good place for my granddaughters to be.
Most definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
And remember, this expo is not just for women, okay?
No, I know.
Okay, I just want to...
well, I'm going to be styling a couple of men at this fashion event, too, because it's not just about women.
Yeah.
It's about how to dress your man to look just as good as you.
Sounds like my wife needs to be there.
Well, we all have our regular lives, our work lives, and our going out lives.
You know, this whole thing really, just like this expo thing, promoting women. Like, I mean, I look at, you hear about some societies, right?
Well, they say
some societies where women aren't even allowed
to
drive.
So how does a society like that advance when half the people,
54% of the population,
54% isn't even allowed to contribute? How does a society like that, and this sort of thing is promoting, like just making life better for all, not just women, but everybody?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
I agree.
Yeah. That's what it's all, that's what I really want to do this about.
You know, when I create a team and I work on some of the charitable activities that I work on, because I think giving back to a community is really important, okay? I always make sure I have a diverse group, okay? And that means people that think very different. I don't want to surround myself with yes people. I want to surround myself with people that, you know, we're going to have...
Challenge.
Yeah, we're going to have a blue skying session. We're all going to kind of throw in our ideas, and we're going to come up with the best solution. And if there's a controversy, then obviously the chair has the say and says, okay, this is the way we're going to go. And then people, I don't want people to buy into it. I want people to be part of it and own it. Exactly. And if I can get that consensus, okay, then I know that we're going to be tremendously successful. And that's what I try to do with everything, because I think it's really, really important that you don't see just one side of the coin, that you have to see all facets, because times are changing and there's so many variables, okay? We have to make sure that we understand as many of them as possible. And so that's really important to me. Most people don't think like that, but I think that's a formula for
You have to see
success.
both sides of the argument, or whatever number of sides of the... I know.
But you always get the best participation on ownership. If people feel like they have an ownership in what they've done, even one idea, that's a part of that group, then when they have ownership of it, they're going to support it like there's no tomorrow.
Exactly, because it's theirs. Okay, they're all if you will, leading the parade. Okay, and that matters to everybody.